Wall plants are an essential part of the Plants vs. Zombies tower defense games. Their main purpose being stalling the zombies' progression so you can either build more sun or defense, or stall a tough zombie such as a buckethead, for example, giving your plant enough time to defeat that zombie where it otherwise could not. The original wall plant is walnut, and just like pea shooter, PopCap has made a billion clones of it for some reason. 16 is like the same as a billion, right? Some of them are a lot worse, and some of them are just better. With all these wall plants in PvZ2, the most logical thing to do is rank all of them on a tier list from worst to best, right? So, to start things off, I will be ranking the absolute garbage wall plants together at numbers 17 through 16. Those wall plants are Vampocini and Tomb Tangler. Vampocini is essentially just a double cost walnut with less health. It has a gimmick of draining health from zombies, but the damage is so ridiculously low it might as well not do anything. It can't even kill imps. And Tomb Tangler is trash for one main reason. You can only plant it on graves. This severely limits how useful it is because a lot of levels don't even have graves. And for the levels with graves, you have to be careful not to destroy them, so you can actually place your Tomb Tanglers down. Tomb Tangler did get buffed a few times to be a little bit less terrible, reducing its sun cost and making its attack more reliable, but even then, by design, it's bad. Only being able to plant on graves just limits what other plants you can bring. Both Vampocini and Tomb Tangler are complete garbage wall plants that go in D tier. Also, both of these plants released at about the same time. PopCap was not cooking in October of 2022. Number 15. Macadamia nut is just a bad wall plant. It has 2500 HP and cost 100 sun. For perspective, walnut costs half the sun at 50 and has 4000 health. Macadamia nut is bad stats for the cost. Since Macadamia nut is a shadow plant, it can be powered to gain an extra 1500 health and deal damage back to the attacker, like an Endorian, which makes it a little better. But the problem is how you power it. Gloomvine just does not work with it since the vine will be eaten first. And using Moonflower to power Milk Nut is not that great either because wall plants like to be on the right side of the lawn. Moonflower, a sun producing plant, does not like to be on the right side of the lawn. Macadamia nut goes in D tier. Now that we have the dumpster fire of an excuse wall plants out of the way, we can move on to the B tier wall plants. There are no C tier wall plants. Number 14. Sweet Potato is a very overpriced wall plant for the stats, but it can attract zombies to itself. It's just as tough as a walnut and cost 150 sun. The crazy thing is, Sweet Potato was supposed to cost 300 sun on release, but PopCap realized the thing would be worse than trying to eat outside on a windy day if they made it cost that much. So it cost 150 sun. Sweet Potato's gimmick of moving zombies can create some really fun and unique strategies. But they aren't the strongest, like this zombie filter strategy using split pea, garlic, and spikeweed. Sweet Potato goes in B tier. Number 13. What does this thing do again? I think it's like an amphibious walnut, but it will spawn fuzzy thingies that can munch up zombies. Gourd Shroom is a fun plant to use, and the mini gourd shrooms that munch the zombies can be useful. I don't have much to say on this plant as I haven't used it that much, but I think it's decent. B tier. Number 12. You ever gone outside, touched grass, and then touched one of those bushes with the spiky leaves? Well, Endorian is what happens when walnut and those spiky bushes have kids. Endorian is a spiky wall that pokes zombies while they eat it. Endorian probably costs too much for what it does, but I still think the plant is not too bad for blocking off zombies. Its health is just a little low. Endorian goes in B tier. Number 11. Johnny, aka Walnut, is the OG nut, and the OG wall. Walnut is what I used as a baseline for this ranking. It is the default wall plant, and does a pretty good job at it. For a cheap cost, you get a wall to block the zombies. Walnut can stall one zombie for 40 seconds, as it has 4000 health. but it is held back by a somewhat long recharge of 20 seconds and can get eaten quickly when there are lots of zombies. It's a solid wall plant and goes in B tier. Number 10. This time we got the big boy walnut, the tall nut. Besides the massive glow down from the first game and becoming part waffle, tall nut is a very strong wall plant, literally. It has 8000 HP, which makes it one of the tankiest plants in the game. Plants that would normally bypass other wall plants can't bypass tall nut because it's tall and a waffle. But tall nut still has similar weaknesses to walnut, like getting eaten quickly when there are a lot of zombies, but to a lesser extent. Tall nut is an overall stronger walnut and goes in B tier. Number 9. Peanut is a combination of walnut and pea shooter. It blocks zombies while also shooting peas, so it's kind of like a ranged version of Endurian. Peanut is an okay wall plant, and the pea shooter ability it has is okay, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. And walnut is probably overall better than peanut, but peanut is ranked 2 spots higher because when paired with reinforcement, peanut is OP. But I can't rank it but so high just because of one OP synergy. Without reinforcement, peanut is just okay. B tier. Number 8. Pumpkin had a major glow down from the first game and is now made entirely out of cardboard. Pumpkin is really good for protect the endangered plants levels, since you can place it on top of other plants to protect them. Pumpkin also has the upside of taking up basically no lawn space, but cardboard pumpkin does have the downside of costing maybe a little too much sun and a sluggish recharge, which makes it hard to get a lot of them down fast enough, especially with PvZ2's fast level pacing. PvZ2's Cardboard Edition Pumpkin goes in B tier. Now we move on to the A tier wall plants. These wall plants are above average and overall good. Number 7. Hot Date attracts zombies similar to Sweet Potato, but on death it explodes like a jalapeno. Its stats are pretty balanced, but I do think it leans on the strong side of things. Hot Date costs 175 sun, and is essentially a sweet potato and jalapeno combined in one. What is up with PopCap and combining plants? Hot Date can also warm plants, but its jalapeno ability is the main appeal. Hot Date's ability to attract the zombies helps its jalapeno get value. It goes in A tier. Also, Hot Date is a hot date because it's literally a date that is hot. Number 6. Beansprout is like walnut, but it's a monster too. When the zombies start eating Beansprout, it will get angry and start punching the zombies. When Beansprout calms down, it will heal itself back to full health, making it a very valuable wall plant. It's only 25 more sun than walnut, and has the bonus of being able to attack zombies and heal itself. Beansprout is countered by non-stop zombie spam, as it won't heal if it stays angry. Also, just like Peanut, Beansprout is OP when paired with reinforcement, as it will trigger its plant food effect. Beansprout goes in A tier. Now we move on to the S tier wall plants. These wall plants are the best around. Number 5. Infinite actually is somewhat underwhelming. It gets eaten faster than a walnut because it has less health. And its gimmick of regenerating health over time is just alright. So why is Infinite ranked so high on this list? Well, that is because Infinite has an infinitely useful plant food. See what I did there? When plant fooded, Infinite will create a shield blocking every lane. It is a very versatile plant food and good just about anywhere. It can also block fisherman zombies and flying zombies, which is one of the main selling points of Infinite's plant food. S tier wall plant. Number 4. Chadgourd can yeet any zombie backwards, including gargantuars. Chadgourd behaves kind of like a semi-instant plant, as it has 3 uses and then it just becomes an orange thing on the ground and can't knock zombies back anymore. You can use walnut repair to replenish Troidgourd's leaves. It is a really good plant, kind of like how Hurricane is a really good plant. The ability to send zombies backwards is just powerful. Even if it does seem kind of mid, it's actually really good. Troidgourd goes in S tier. Number 3. Caveman Johnny is walnut, but better in every way. Speedo Nut recharges faster than walnut. Ooga Booga Wall can tank 3 Gorg smashes. Regular lame walnut can't. Primal Johnny Wall is just a better walnut in every way. The fast recharge it has and the ability to survive multiple smashes from a Gargantua is something that most wall plants lack, and really makes Stone Age Caveman Wall stand out from the other wall plants. Primal Walnut goes in S tier. There you go, I said the right name. Number 2. Blockley is way too good for literally no reason at all. For some reason, Blockley just counters just about every zombie that would usually counter a wall plant. Blockley is one of the toughest plants in the game with 6,000 health and can stun zombies in a 3x3 area. This makes it extremely difficult for zombies to break through Blockley, as they will be constantly stunned. And on top of this, Blockley is completely immune to Excavator and Fisherman zombies. And it does damage. Yeah, Blockley is an S tier wall plant. The only reason Blockley is ranked at the number 2 spot is because the number 1 wall plant is even more OP. That plant is Explodo Nut. It seems like PopCap were trying to see how OP they could make a plant here, because Explodo Nut is the same cost as a walnut at 50 sun, but also explodes like a cherry bomb on death, which a cherry bomb on its own cost 150 sun. Explodo Nut is only 50 sun. And it recharges twice as fast as Walnut, making it more spammable. Explodo Nut can single-handedly solo every last stand level in the game, just fill the lawn and boom. And of course, Explodo Nut is another plant that is just a combination of 2 other plants, Walnut plus Cherry Bomb. Explodo Nut goes in S tier and is ranked number 1. And that's every wall plant ranked. Here is the final list. Consider leaving a like, subscribing. Anyways, until next time, see you in the next one.